Okay, I'm going to talk to you about some options you have for home remedies for hemorrhoids. They're all pretty simple, something that everyone can do. The first would be cypress oil. You can find that at your local health food store. You just apply it to the inflamed area and it should provide instant relief. The same is true of aloe vera gel. Do not get this confused with aloe vera juice. It is not the drinking kind that you want to get. You want to get the actual gel. This is also available at your local health food store. Another option is a sitz bath. A lot of people are confused about what sitz means. It's actually named after the gentleman who started it, and really all it means is a bath that is only high enough to sit in, and it doesn't have to cover your whole body. There's nothing special to it. You don't need to add anything to your bath. It's just a simple matter of sitting in some warm water, and that should provide some relief as well. Another option that's usually used as a last resort because it is not that exciting or fun to deal with is a cayenne and garlic enema. Anyone who has ever had an enema would probably shy away from it, but it usually does provide some relief due to the fact that hemorrhoids are generally caused by constipation. So you just get some cayenne and garlic at your local health food store, and actually you can get an enema bag at any grocery store or your local health food store as well. Even Walmarts carry enema bags. So that's an option for your relief as well. Something else that is suggested is to take vitamin and mineral supplements. This should help the bleeding. If your hemorrhoids are bleeding, it usually means you have a deficiency of vitamins and minerals. You can get any of those one-a-day supplement bottles at your local health food or grocery store as well. Another option to think about would be a combination of natural herbs that will start the healing on the inside. If you're dealing with hemorrhoids, you've got some big problems on the inside that you need to deal with. Just applying something topically is not going to help your situation in the long term. That's something you'll want to think about. I have listed some great natural herbs that have been used in conjunction with hemorrhoids for quite a while, but we will go back to those later. We'll just want to go on here. I've also come up with some situations to avoid. A lot of people do not realize that there are certain situations that can aggravate their current state of being, and one of which is to sit on the toilet for long periods of time. Like I mentioned before, constipation is one of the causes of hemorrhoids. So when you sit on the toilet for a long period of time, this actually can aggravate your hemorrhoids due to the angle at which you're sitting and the pressure that is added. So do your best to avoid sitting on the toilet for long periods of time. You can add more fiber to your diet. That will help you with that situation. But whatever you do, moving on to this next point, avoid it's the next point after that. Avoid harsh laxatives. A lot of people hear constipation, so they think, oh, I'll go take a laxative, it'll make everything all better. Not necessarily true with hemorrhoids. It's a very sensitive situation down there. You'll want to be as calm as possible, so if you add more fiber, that will help you. Going back up to that second point, avoid straining when moving the bowels. This kind of comes along with the constipation situation. Again, add more fiber to your diet and try not to sit on the toilet for long periods of time straining for a bowel movement. Another option to think about, avoid harsh surfaces. This means avoid sitting on harsh surfaces. If you can, try and sit on a pillow, and avoid those donut-shaped pillows because those actually make you sit where there is more pressure on your anal veins than just sitting on a flat surface. So use a normal pillow, avoid the donut cushions, and then also try to avoid harsh surfaces at all costs. Another thing to avoid would be harsh toilet paper. If you can moisten the toilet paper, you'll feel some good relief there as well. Something else that a lot of people don't know is that ibuprofen and aspirin can actually encourage bleeding. There are some properties within those painkillers that can encourage bleeding, so try to avoid those when it comes to the pain that you're feeling. Something you need to think about with your home remedies for hemorrhoids would be the temporary relief versus long-term relief. Obviously, temporary relief is great, but long-term relief is much better. So you need to use these suggestions while making sure to heal yourself in the long term. Placing something topically on your hemorrhoid, while it will give you temporary relief, which we said before was great, it is not going to help you in the long term. So a long-term solution will actually need to be taken internally. Basically, what you need to be looking for is a natural, safe, and effective internal remedy. If you can find one that targets the causes of your situation, you'll be well on your way to healing and finding actual long-term relief. Well, first you need to know what the causes are of hemorrhoids so that you can go ahead and start to heal them. The causes would be inflamed or irritated, weakened veins. These are caused by constipation and excess pressure from a variety of reasons, but usually constipation is the main factor. A lot of people are surprised to hear this, but poor blood circulation or a poorly functioning circulatory system can also be partially responsible for the development of hemorrhoids. This is because your blood is the #1 source for bringing nutrition into where it needs to come and taking waste out of where it needs to go. So if your blood is not circulating properly, your veins are not getting the proper nutrition. It could also be building up on the vein walls, which weakens them. So your blood has a lot to do with what your current situation is, and you need to pay attention to increasing your circulatory system. Down lower it says the ability to cleanse waste. This is also referring to your blood and constipation. And then of course nutrition absorption. A lot of people take nutritional supplements and do not understand why they end up with situations like this. You can take as much nutrition as you can actually ever swallow, but that is not going to necessarily mean that you're absorbing the nutrition that you need to. So you kind of need a little bit more help than just swallowing nutrition. You need to actually, your body needs to be able to absorb it. So what is the cure? I mean, obviously that's why we're watching this video, right? We've got the causes here on the left. The cure on the right are actually some natural herbal ingredients that have been proven to help each of these causes. White oak bark, stone root, and witch hazel have all been known to help with inflammation and strengthening of veins. These are really good ingredients, especially stone root for the veins and especially white oak bark for anti-inflammatory properties. My favorite ingredient is cayenne, and it can be used in very many things. You can see it's used for 3 different things here, but that especially will help you with constipation and the excess pressure that's hurting your veins right now. So that's something to definitely think about. Butcher's broom and ginger are both known for helping your blood circulation. They also help with cleansing the blood. And then your ability to cleanse waste, again, ginger is really good for that, and so is cayenne. And then also your nutrition absorption, which few people even think about. People think about how they need nutrition and so they take it, but a lot of people do not realize that they are not necessarily absorbing the nutrition before it passes all the way through their system. Cayenne is very good for that. These ingredients are all very natural, safe, herbal ingredients which are highly recommended, although you probably don't want to make these mixtures yourself unless you're an expert. So I would then definitely suggest Hemorrhoid Harry. Hemorrhoid Harry is it's a supplement that includes all of these herbs for a safe, proven, and effective all-natural herbal blend that will help you with your situation. It's a complete blend for your optimum long-term healing, and you can find that at hemorrhoidharry.com. The website address for those of you who are just listening is www.hemorrhoidharry.com. That's hemorrhoidharry.com. Best of